experience Eros? Can so-called inorganic life experience pleasure? What a wild question, huh, friends? It sometimes seems to me that all matter is divinity's way of experiencing the wordless beauty of its own essence. And if all matter is composed of divinity, which it certainly seems to be, then it stands to reason that all matter can know its own loveliness. Let's examine together a specific member of the quartz family called Cantharidic Quartz. Now, as I'm sure you know, a cantharidin is the active chemical substance in Cantharides, a scientific name for what is commonly referred to as Spanish fly. As we examine the properties of this playful little mineral closer, we can surely see how it got its aphrodisiacal moniker. Firstly, just studying the smooth, curved conchoidal fracture and otherworldly light yellow hue, we can already tell we're dealing with a very esoteric beast. The gravity is also very unusual for quartz, whose general density is between 2.5 and 3 on scale with other minerals. Cantharidic quartz is remarkably light, averaging between 1.4 and 1.7, making it nearly as light, or in some cases lighter, than borax. When we begin examining its chemical properties even closer, we get to the really fascinating facets of this mineral. The compound that it's composed of is remarkably similar to the steroid sexual hormones that human beings manufacture in the glands of the endocrine system, and gives the appearance of being very much alive when observed closely by trained specialists. There are a number of tales in ancient erotic handbooks about young men putting the cantharidic quartz in their mouths and keeping it in during their first sexual experience. It was thought that this would align them with the purpose of the experience and banish their fears of impotence or clumsiness. Considering the high concentration of androgen-like material, this seems to be less a silly superstition by backwards archaic civilizations and more a highly intelligent ritual enacted by a people who were very sensitive and attuned to the natural rhythms and processes of our Earth. So let's return to the original question, shall we? Can a mineral experience ecstasy? Thomas Aquinas says aptly, "Every love causes ecstasy. To suffer ecstasy means to be placed outside oneself." This suggests that the mineral which is partially responsible for the ecstasy in the amorous youths must experience at least a rudimentary ecstasy itself, because in giving forth freely of what it has been endowed with, it transcends itself. The principle is much the same, I find, with the human phenomenon. When we are absolutely open and liberally dispense our remarkable gifts to others, our very state of consciousness shifts from scarcity to abundance, and ecstasy becomes our common state.